Hey, welcome my YouTube friends to my 2026 March Madness project. In this class, we are going to be making style number 5 of our one file folder wonders. So welcome, welcome. All right, if you haven't caught my other one file folder wonders, I will link those down below. I will also link the video where I show you several of the projects that we are making for March Madness. Okay, this project is almost over. I do have the box to come up with yet to put these all in inside to hold them all nice and tidy. When you purchase the tutorial, you get the mini album, 2-page or 4-page. You do get the cardstock version of the file folder album. So if you can't get your hands on file folders, I took care of that for you. You do get the folio album, and I did teach that right here on my YouTube channel. So it's up and ready for you to go grab it. And I'm also coming up with a mini album to put 6 of these in, and that's coming real soon. I've got most of it already planned out. I'm just trying to get it decorated. All right, so this is what we're going to be making. So you got photo mat, photo mat, photo mat, photo mat. That opens up. This opens up. That opens up. You have a little tuck pocket here and a little pocket here. Fabulous. I love these one file folder wonders. Oh, love them. I can't wait to get that mini album done so you can see how that is going to be. All right, that's what we're making. So go grab you a middle file folder album and let's get to work. All right, so this is what we're making. Okay, this is what we're making. So let's get busy. So we're going to cut off 1/4 of an inch, just a hair over 1/4 of an inch. We're going to cut this down to 11 inches. Okay, so just a hair over 1/4 of an inch. And my file folders are 9.5. Yes, 9.5 by 11 and 5/8. Okay, so whatever your file folder is, just find the middle of it, and then you do 5.5 this way, 5.5 that way. Okay. Oh. All right, take it down to 11 now. All right, so now you're going to need your scoreboard and your bone folder. Okay, you want the tab. Well, first, we need to score this at 2 inches. Here's your natural fold line. I'm putting it over here. So we're scoring at 2 inches from the natural fold line. 2 inches. All right. Now you're going to open it up. You want your tab up here at top. Okay, tab at top. We're going to score. Okay, so here's your 2-inch line. Here's our natural fold line. Here's our 2-inch. We're going to score at 2.5 and 8.5 all the way down to this score line down here. Okay, so you're going to go past your natural fold line all the way down to this 2-inch line down here. Okay, so at 2.5 all the way down to that. Okay, then 8.5 all the way down. All right, then you're going to flip it around and we're going to score at 3 and 8, just to this score line right here. Okay, just to this score line. So 3, oops, I went past, and 8. Okay, so 3 and 8, just to that 2-inch score line. Then we scored 2.5 and 8.5 down to this second score line. Okay. Okay, now you're going to grab your trimmer. Okay, this end here, this inset end, this whole piece from this 2-inch right here, here's your natural fold line. This 2-inch, we're cutting this completely off. Okay. Completely off. That's your inset tab here. We're cutting all that off. Set that aside. Boy, I need to turn my blade. I've been cutting so many file folders, I've been going through blades like crazy. All right. So now what we're going to do, okay, so you have a box here. We're going to cut, so a box here and a box here, okay? And I'm going to use my trimmer to cut on these lines. All right, so I'm just going to cut to my score line, lift my blade up, cut from that score line. Okay, so I'm going to move it down and I'm going to cut on the 2-inch line just to my score line. All right. Now here on this piece here, we want a 1/2 inch on each end. Okay, so I'm just going to put my ruler up here to get me 1/2 inch. Okay, do the same thing over here to get your 1/2 inch. All right. So now I'm just going to cut up to there, save that piece. Save that piece. Now you're going to cut right here on this score line. Okay. Save that piece. Now cut on this score line. Okay. So fold that. Oh, we need to angle these just a little bit here, just so it reduces the bulk. Okay. So now you can fold these 1/2 inch flaps in. That folds up for a pocket. Okay. Now it's too big, so I'm going to cut 1/4 inch off. Okay. So I'm just going to line it up. There we go. I just cut 1/4 inch off that. Okay. Because we don't want it going all the way to the top. Okay. I'm going to burnish. Okay. Now these flaps fold in. Okay. I'm also going to round these. All right. So this piece here, we're going to fold it. This folds in. Let's see. Let me get my template here just to make sure I do it right. Okay, so they fold in. That's what I thought. So fold that in. And fold this piece in. Okay. Your front is your, okay, your front is this right here. Okay, so I'm going to round these corners. All right, so there's that piece. Okay, let's make these right here. Okay, your two bigger pieces. These two are your smaller pieces. We just use one of those. Your two bigger pieces. Okay, you're going to turn them like that. Okay. And if you kind of need to straighten it up, I'm going to make these both. I'm going to make sure they're the same. One is just a little bit taller than the other one. Just make sure they're the same. Okay. All right. So what you're going to do, you're going to measure in 3/4 from the top, 3/4, and make you a little tick mark at 3/4. Okay. Then 1 inch from the bottom. Okay, 1 inch from the bottom, make you a little tick mark. Okay. So now I'm just going to, from my tick marks, draw a line. All right. So now what I'm going to do is they're like this. So I just kind of turn, yeah, really doesn't matter. Line them up again. I'm just going to cut that off. Okay, you can throw those pieces away. So now you have that. Okay, so you have those pieces. Now I'm just taking one of these. I'm going to make sure it's kind of straight. Yeah, I didn't think that one edge was very straight. And then I'm just going to trim. Now I'll do it with all right. Then I just round one corner of it. This piece here I don't use, but maybe I'll see a place for it, so I'm not going to throw it away. Not just yet. Okay, there's all our pieces. Okay, so now I have this one here. It's already inked with all the pieces, so that way you don't see me inking everything. Okay, there's our piece here, our piece here. We have that piece there, this piece flips. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is, should we go ahead and decorate that first? Before I, no, let's go ahead and glue it. Okay, so I'm just going to apply glue here. And here. Now, if you have anything sticking over, you know, just trim it off, okay? Now we can decorate. I think I want to use this. So we know that's 5 3/4. Okay. So I'm just going to cut this up 5 3/4. And that will go right there. Okay. Because you need to put the paper down before you attach. All right, there we go. I think I'm going to put Life is Sweet up here. All right, so then we need to mat these before we put anything down. So I'm going 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. Okay, so 2 1/4 . 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. Right. Okay. All right. All right. And I know I should be inking, but right now I'm kind of backing off the inking because I've done so many file folders with inking. It's messed up my shoulder and my back. So I'm not doing too much inking. All right. Yeah, these are a lot of fun to make. and decorate. I mean, you can use them as a card to send somebody some pictures. You know, your daughter that's in college, Mother's Day card, Father's Day card. You know, put a gift card in it. You know, and some notes in there, some pictures. Pretty awesome. All right, so I'm just going to leave a little bit of my yellow paper peeking out. And I don't know if I want to decorate these or just put a, just put a strip of that. I think I am going to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to line it up where it needs to be. Oops. There's that one. All right. Make sure I get it in the same position. All right, there we go. So I'm just going to glue two sides. Remember, we're forming just a little tuck pocket just to hold these flaps shut. So I'm letting a little bit of the yellow paper peek out. Okay. Do the same thing to the other one. Yeah, I'm hoping within the next couple of days I can do the final review for the album to put these in. And the cardstock version album, I'm done with it, so I need to get a preview on here for you. All right, so now let's get a piece of paper. So 1.5 inches by 5 3/4. 1.5 inches, 5 3/4. Inch and a half by 5 3/4. Pretty. So there's that. I'm thinking this is barely yellow strip that I cut off. Oh yeah. See, that's why I say never throw away your strips. I'm constantly using strips. It just adds. Do you guys do the same thing, or do you throw away your strips and stuff? Yeah, I use my strips all the time because they can just add just a little bit of a wow factor. Now, when I get done with a project, then I throw my all my little strips away. But while I'm making a project, I usually do not throw any strips away. Ah, that's cute. All right. Here I go again with my... No, we don't want no yellow on top of that. No. Okay. So now we can open up this. Now that we got this decorated, we can attach this piece. Okay. When attaching this piece, you want to keep it in the boundaries of this. You don't want it peeking out. Okay. So you want to keep it within the boundaries. My paper is not very straight up there. If I can fix that or not. Okay, good enough. So I am just going to make a little line where I want that to be. Okay. Now I'm just going to glue 3 sides. Again, it'll just be a little tuck pocket. I think this is one of my favorite ones. I love how it flips like a, an album, like a folio. Like I said, I do have some more coming up for you. Okay. I didn't ink the inside of this. So just a second, let me get this inked. Alright. So now to put this, we need to decorate this. Oh, that may be too much purple. Oh yeah, let's do it. Okay, so 4 3/4 by 6. 4 3/4 by 6. Okay, so that's gonna go there. Now, thinking maybe have this yellow. Oh yeah. So we know that those are 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. So 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. Okay. Get our other one. All right. Do you have a favorite one so far of the one file folder wonders? Or do you just like them all? Yeah, I'm very excited about showing you the mini album that I've come up with. I think you're going to like it. It's made out of file folders. Black and the regular file folders. Because I started using black so I wouldn't have to ink. So I'm excited about showing that to you. And the cardstock version, it came out pretty cute too. All right, so this piece here, do we want to... Oh, wait, no, that don't go there. Yeah, that don't go there. It goes here. So we need to find some paper. If we put that there, could we use the green? I think so. So I'm going to go 2 5/8. Okay, 2 5/8. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 5/8 by 6 1/2. Right? Yes. There's one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 6 1/2. Okay, cut off this little piece here. Ooh, we may. We shall see. All right. Get these on. What did I cut that at? You ding dong. Hopefully I have another piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 6 1/2. I bet I cut it at 5 1/2. Ding dong. You guys ever do that? Or is it just me? I'm bad about it sometimes. Ooh, look at that. Oh. Now it'll cover up the jar. But that's... All right. I'm bad about flipping it over and using the other side. But I won't do it this time. These would also make great craft fair projects as well. You know, make one, have it on display at your craft fair table, and you know, show people what they could look like with, you know, photographs and notes, and you know, maybe a fake gift card, or you know, real one. I used to do a lot of craft fairs. I don't do them anymore because they're just a lot of work. They are fun. It's a great way to meet new people. But I would always have, you know, if I had like this at my craft fair, I would always have one that had photos in it to show them, because people that are not crafters cannot visualize what we see. All right, so 4 3/4 by 6. 4 3/4 by 6. 4 3/4 by 6. And I would also have an album, you know, if I was selling my albums, which I did. I had done one album that had photographs, and I always laid it front and center so they could see what an album would look like with photographs. And it really does help them visualize. Because us crafters, you know, we can visualize. You know, I can, you know, take this and not have no paper on it and visualize what it can look like. And I can also do that before I even construct it to a certain extent. Then I always change my mind. It's like, oh, you can do this. All right, so this piece goes right here. And I want it away from the fold line. Okay, so I'm just going to line it up with the side of my paper. Okay, and I'm only gluing two sides. And it becomes a tuck spot. Had to make sure I glued the right two sides. There for a minute, I thought I glued the wrong side. Okay, so now we need to decorate this one. Do I use the yellow? Or do I use this? I think this. Yep. Okay, so 2 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 6.5. Yeah, I always enjoyed doing craft fairs. You get to meet so many different people. And I always had my business card right there too for them to grab. All right, so there's darn, that would have been cute. I don't know if I want to use the same paper as there. Yeah, why not? All right, so 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Okay, so 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And around. Trying to grab that strip of yellow. Oh, gotta do her. All right, there we go. Did we get everything decorated? I think so. All right, so for photo mounts, let's get our photo mounts for this. And grab my black paper. Oh, were we going to use this anywhere else? I don't think so, because it's bulky enough. Yep, throw that piece away. Yeah, it's bulky enough without adding more to it. All right. Okay. So I'm going to do 4 3/4. By 5. Does that work? 4 3/4 by 5. Okay. So the piece that is left, this is going to be a front one. 4 3/4 by 7. 4 3/4 by 7. Oh, here's a couple of tags. Oh, that's cool. All right, so now I think I'll just they're the same on both sides, huh? All right, so there's that. So that closes. That closes. Now here's our big one. I might have got it too tall. Yep, so it'll have to go in the bottom one. So the other one, let's go. I'm gonna go 4 1/2. Let's go 4 1/4. 4 1/4 by 6. And then we get 2 of them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to retire that corner rounder. That corner rounder is years old. Years. It is. I'd hate to thousands. No, it's probably millions of cuts. All right, done this one at 4 1/2. Stick it at the bottom. And then this one here, I think I'm going to cut it in half. It's 7 1/2, so 3 1/4. 3 1/4 by 3. I didn't cut it in half. I didn't go. Now I think I'll put this one here inside. Yeah, this thing has had quite the life. I'm just going to slide that little one in there. So, my 4 by 6 up here. That keeps that all nice and tidy. And these down here keep everything nice and tidy. All right. There it is. Beautiful, beautiful. So, photo mat, photo mat, photo mat. Okay, so that opens, that opens, that opens. Then you have a little tuck space here and a pocket right here. So fabulous. So let me know what you think about this. Did you like it? Do you love it? They are so much fun to make. I hope that you will give it a try and make some of these. They're just wonderful projects that you can send to somebody, give, as a card, especially at Christmas time, Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming up. Father's Day. Yeah, beautiful. All right. That's all I have for you. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope you give it a try, and we'll see you in the next class. As always, keep scrapping. Bye-bye.